Hello everyone and welcome to World War II Veterans Memorial Field. I'm Kevin Prake along with your cameraman Saeed. And on this dreary Friday the 13th, we're here to bring you a massive matchup between the North Attleboro Red Rocketeers and the Canton Bulldogs. Here in their final game of the field hockey season for 20 seniors. With the combined two teams, this is their last game they'll ever play in their high school uniforms. This being the semifinal consolation game of the Hockomock Cup, but let it not fool you that the consolation, this still has big implications. These teams have fought together, have played together, and have become almost a sisterhood together. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be a good one. It's one of the first times this season a team has faced off 3 different times. So it's going to be fun. Stay with us and enjoy it as we bring you this on a rainy day. Stay inside. Hopefully it's warm there. Canton versus North Attleboro in field hockey coming up in a few short moments.
We're all coming together again to learn this fall. And we all have a role to play to keep our community healthy. This also means kids should stay at home if they're not feeling well. If we all do our part, our schools and communities will be safer for everyone. Learn more at mass.gov/backtoschool.
Interesting note, the last time these teams played was on senior night for the Bulldogs back in October. So quite fitting that even though it's not the game that they would be like to be playing in, that these two teams face off in a final matchup. Apropos it is. It's not the matchup they wanted, but hey, it's the matchup they got, and they get to play one last time in what has been an improbable season. And we are off and running here at the dreary World War II Veterans Memorial Field. The ball should be able to travel a little bit better due to the rain. The grass and the rubber pellets typically stop its momentum, so it should be a little bit easier to maneuver around. Bulldogs steal it there and send it off to their teams, and the Red Rocketeers trying to take it right back, but then not. Before number 12, Mary Kelly, the senior, getting to play in there. Looks like Rebecca Mills getting there, and then in there would be number 21, Maria Femia, who in their last encounter, the Bulldogs against Attleboro, they're going from Attleboro to North Attleboro, had, I would say, at least 21 shots on goal there, and it was quite the testament that they had going on. She did not give up, and eventually she did score. So the Dogs going into one of their leading scorers this year, senior captain Maria Femia, playing half the field, being forward in the striker scoring sense, and also midfielder, protecting the midfield. So she's playing half the pitch here as she goes up and is trying to get this one into the cage. Mary Kelly getting some good playing time, a good start here. We have a few spectators today. We have, looks to be 7, which is surprising because it's been a little bit raining all day. But here we go. This game getting played, and it's a big one, a big matchup here. And they're bouncing back and forth, and Maria trying to get it to her team, and then they're getting bounced back and forth here. The team's and it's going to go out. It's going to be North Attleboro ball here. 12:44 left to go in the first quarter. No score. Playing quarters due to the COVID restrictions here. These teams have gotten very used to those. they've had to reset and relearn everything. Fundamentally, this season has changed. 7-on-7 as opposed to the typical 11-on-11. We'll get into that more as the night progresses. And the team in white will take that one and send it on down, but it is picked off by the Red Rocketeers, the number 11, Eva McKeon. And down the stretch, go towards the Red Rocketeers, trying to get past Riley O'Connor. O'Connor committed to St. Michael's College in the next coming fall. Vocalness coming from the North Attleboro squad. More spectators lining up here. Everybody having to pass their daily screener, wearing a mask at all times. Going with all the guidelines set forth by the MIAA and the Massachusetts Commonwealth. The governor there. All the mandates, and the teams fighting alongside the end line there, right alongside the goal line. And there'll be a penalty shot here. And the Red Rocketeers, dressed accordingly, will hit this one there. I say that because they're in red, and their mascot's name is the Red Rocketeers, so just kind of makes sense. It's nothing against them at all. And there they go. As we're back underway here, after that restart, Julia Puccio almost helping her team score there. But it'll be a shot on goal and no good. As it goes past the goal line here. Team Red will take it from the back of the cage, and they'll bring it on out for this restart. Big game for these two teams. They have played together for many years. The two teams, respectively. Looks to be number 19, Emily Dobby. And the Bulldogs looking to check in at number 2, Carly Fitzgerald. Mary Kelly almost getting it past the Rocketeer defender. A substitution inbound for the Rocketeers as the casual tap of the stick as the hockey stick as they go on hits it out of the hand. Number 14 coming in for number 4 for the Red Rocketeers. That being Olivia Luestro, the senior, stepping out for junior Kelsey Breer. No score, 9:27 left to go. Ella Bohane checks into the game for Rebecca Miller. And it looks like another Bulldog, Grace Norris, coming out of the game for Carly Fitzgerald. Looks like all the seniors got a start here. Erin Lane looking to check in, the junior. 16 looking to check in for the Rocketeers. That being Caroline Folan. A lot of substitutions happening here. 8:55 left to go. No score in this first quarter. Semi-final consolation. Big match, as it is the last of the year, and these teams will fight as one. Oh, through the legs. And the Bulldogs look to get this one going. And the send-off, again, the rain should help. Oh, through the legs. Erin Lane through the legs, and the kick will not be good. And a substitution inbound for the Bulldogs. When these two fought on senior night, October 22nd, it was a relatively close game. Canton led by 3 goals most of the time, but North Attleboro was in there for the majority of it. Canton closed the door towards the end and ended up winning 7-0, but that wasn't towards midway towards the fourth quarter. These two teams are facing off for the third time this season, a rarity, as the teams are facing off in divisions, their own divisions. This being a Devonport matchup all in the Hockomock Cup, the playoff tournament. People continue to file in here at World War II Veterans Memorial Field, and that is close action outside the cage for the Bulldogs as they're looking to score early and score often and looking to start it right there. They go back and forth, trying to get it down there. The Bulldogs trying to score something, trying to get it past the Rocketeer defense and enjoy their last game together. Rocketeers taking it up. Oh, and that will go down. That will be a penalty. And the Rocketeers will take it from the midline. And stolen by the Bulldogs, sending it over to Maria Themia, the front woman for the team, scoring vast majority of the goals. A lot of them. And it looks like this ball will head back towards the Rocketeers' favorite area of the field, being the Bulldog side of the pitch. And the teams will continue. But the Bulldogs with the interception looked like Ellie Bohane got that one. And the race to the lime green ball, and it will be 1 Bulldog, 2 Rocketeers, and we'll call that one a penalty for the referee off with their discretion, and it moves up the Rocketeers sideline here. Looks like number 10, Zoe McKeon taking it up. The Bulldogs taking that one. Substitution, number 25, Avi Semilio. And for the Red Rocketeers. And the Rocketeers threatening to get past one Riley O'Connor, who has not let many shots by her in this entire season. Peyton McDonough looking to check into the game for her team. That being Canton, and the kick down to O'Connor, who boots it the other way, the only one able to use their feet. Otherwise, it's a penalty and forces them to give up possession. So here is Zoe McKeon. Zoe hits it on down to her team. And the quick passes coming from Team Rocket. The Rocketeers looking to do damage, and that is high and wide of the goal. And it will go right past. No good. 4:52 left to go in this first quarter. No score here in the final game of the season for both teams. Nearly 20 people are playing their last high school field hockey game in their senior year as Aaron Lane checks out for Peyton McDonough. And the hit. Oh, and it whammed into McDonough. McDonough seems surprised by it, and the teams continue to fight on. The great athletic ability of Peyton McDonough and the rest of the Bulldogs squad. Femia trying again, once again, and no good. Looks like Femia is going to get a penalty shot here. Pretty direct. And Femia, the senior captain, one of the 5 for the Bulldogs. Most of any team this season. Femia waiting, lining up the shot, readying against Hannah Bagam. Waiting for the whistle. Here it is. And it's blocked. Big time block by senior goalie Hannah wearing the number 30. Big block there, keeping this game scoreless and putting momentum in favor of the away team. And the Rocketeers, in addition to stopping that shot, will also gather the ball here. Number 9 checking in for her teammate in red. The Bulldogs bouncing it back and forth, trying to capitalize. They will not give up, no matter what the score is, no matter what time is left. They will never concede. Back and forth, the teams go. Down the pitch, one falls down. She seems to be okay. And the teams battle on. Even though that this is a semi-consolation match, it is still a playoff game. And the Bulldogs going down towards back in, and it's in. First score for the Bulldogs, 2:49 left to go in the first quarter, 1-0 your score. I would imagine that was Maria Femia, but I'm not quite sure. It could have been Peyton McDonough. The Bulldogs, nonetheless, were the first goal of the game here. Lily Carlino looking to check in. In 13 for the Warriors. Senior Olivia checking in there, coming in for her team. And teams going back and forth. The Bulldogs shifted on down. Substitutions aplenty in this one. On a wet and dreary Friday the 13th, as we're under the lights. And the teams continue to bounce back and forth. The ping pong battle continues to unfurl. Bulldogs will shift it on over. And the Rocketeers will take this one off the referee's call and will move it, but not too long afterwards do the Bulldogs take it and slam it on home towards their area. Their favorite area being the Red Rocketeers side of the pitch. And Picard being a big roller here. Backhand. And the team's continuing to battle. The Red Rocketeers continuing to fire on all cylinders, but not until that ball is stolen. Somebody called the police. The Bulldogs just stole the ball. Check in here. It looks to be number 9, Serena Abbott, checking into the game. Teams playing around what would be the center circle in a soccer matchup. And that will almost signal the end of the first quarter. Under a minute left to go here. Bulldogs lead 1-0. Trying to enjoy every second of their last game together as a 2020 squad. And what a year it has been. That wasn't even a possibility just a few short months ago. Big play, stopped by the ref, and that ball will go down the field, through the legs, a lot of those today. And the Red Rocketeers with their first big opportunity to get to Riley O'Connor. But the seems to be not to be being back and forth. That one will be called towards the Bulldogs side, and they'll continue to run until the horn rings, and that sound means we are at the end of the first quarter. Your score, the Canton Bulldogs 1, the North Attleboro Red Rocketeers 0 in this semifinal playoff consolation matchup. The last time these two teams will play together as their respective squads.
Social distancing and staying home are the best ways to limit the spread of COVID-19. But if you must go out, make sure you cover your face. You can use anything that covers your nose and mouth, including dust masks, scarves, and bandanas. But leave the surgical masks and N95s for healthcare workers. Remember, masks slow the spread when you must go out. But staying home and social distancing are the best ways to protect yourself and others. For more information, visit mass.gov/COVID-19.
Here we go with the second quarter here. The whistles blow, and we're ready to get on going. And back on in the cage for the Rocketeers. Riley O'Connor in the opposite cage for the Bulldogs, both seniors. And near 20 seniors playing their last game here tonight. Oh, and a big hit there as the teams are starting to get a little bit more physical, trying to get something going here. Safely, of course. Looks like the Bulldogs will take this one, have to move it back a little bit. Back and forth off the stick of Maria Femia. Maria Femia getting her hockey stick on the handle. You can only use the flat part of it. It's a penalty if you use the rounded edge. Playing around midfield are the two representatives from each team. And going back and forth, they are trying to make something happen. The Bulldogs continuing to strike against the Rocketeers. Sort of an air raid on the Red Rocketeers. Grace Noss looking to check back into the game. And she'll come in for what looks to be Lily Carlino. Erin Lane and number 14, Sarah Cunningham, looking to check in. The always exuberant team of the Canton Bulldogs, always having fun, but then getting down to business when the match starts. Back and forth these two teams go as the sky descends into darkness. The light of the field illuminates all around. Now go towards the Rocketeers here at World War II Veterans Memorial Field on Periscope at Saeed Sports, SAEED Sports. You can get that on periscope.tv or the Periscope app. Later we'll be showing on Canton Community Television, Verizon 41, Comcast 12, the student station. Or you can watch it on the Canton Community Television website when available. And the teams continue to face off in this final match of the season. Last time they faced each other was, senior night for the Bulldogs back in October, as a close call there for Erin Lane, number 41. The junior midfielder almost taking a score there. She'll take another one. Oh, it's stopped. Blocked by the Rocketeers. It looks like we'll have a penalty shot from the 25-yard line, which we're replacing the corners that used to be in effect. And then through the legs again. The Dogs trying to, an outstretch, and the Bulldogs, hit the corner. Right off the outside corner of the cage. The goal does not count. 11:26 left to go in this first half, this second quarter. 1-0 your score in favor of Canton. This semi-final consolation match between the Canton Bulldogs and the North Attleboro Red Rocketeers. The consolation is still very important. This is still a big-time matchup, a playoff match in the final game many of these players will have in their high school careers. Big-time implications for a lot of the young women on the field. Big hit there as the Bulldogs knock it out of bounds. Aaron Lane taking it onto the end line there, the big red line on the field. Number 41, the junior. Mia Galvin looking to check in. Not called her name much since, actually probably since the beginning of the season in these home games. The hit directly into the foot, and the ref will call it for Rocketeers, but the Bulldogs playing big defense. Aaron Lane trying to get it on down, and it will be null and void. Cannot take that one to the bank. No goal. And the team's going back and forth, trying to get something going here. The tight matchup, the contested matchup towards the midsection of the Red Rocketeers goal area. Here on a relatively chilly night, a damp one, here on Friday the 13th, 2020. Canton almost scoring again, but that ball will go towards the Rocketeers side of things. .9:06 left to go in this second quarter. 1-0 your score. Looks like Audrey Cohn coming out of the game, and the Bulldogs having a substitution. The other confusion of Samantha Vrabel also sporting the number 11, the same number as Riley O'Connor. Tell the difference because Riley is in the blue jersey as she is defending right now. Samantha Vrabel in the white jersey. Both sporting the double one, the number 11. Big play around center field. And Grace Norris playing a big game in her last one in the Bulldog uniform. Substitutions inbound for the Rocketeers. Number 18 checking into the game. Number 25 also in. That being Ava Spencer and Avi Samilio. And the team's continuing to battle. Quite the contest happening here as the last game of the season, a season that has brought many improbable odds. It has brought its own set of challenges, its own masks, its own modifications. Team's happy to get going and continue to play in a highly improbable season. Oh, back and forth. Oh, and then up in and into the stick of the Rocketeer. Almost stolen by Allie Jeffers, one of the senior captains for the Dogs. And she sends it on back. And the Bulldogs will continue to fight on, but it's intercepted by the Red Rocketeers. Number 25, taking that one, being Abby Samilio. Oh, that's a big hit there. Bulldogs trying to stop the run here of the Red Rocketeers. 6:39 left to go in this second quarter here. 1-0 your score. And the Bulldogs on defense here. Ball will stay in the possession of the Red Rocketeers, who are down by 1 goal. They're trying to make something happen here. Let that penalty move to the penalties, move to the 25-yard line, and that one almost very close to Riley O'Connor, who has made a multitude of those throughout the season and throughout her career. O'Connor committed to St. Michael's college for athletic and academic careers there. She signed her letter of intent on National Letter of Intent Day this Wednesday, also being Veterans Day. Congratulations to one Riley O'Connor. Instructions trying to help their teammates are Big Red. And the Rocketeers looking to engineer a solution to put this game at a 1-1 tie. Oh, and then back from the end, the Bulldogs trying to take this one away as they swarm like dogs to a bone, and they're continuing to battle. Rocketeers, wherever they send it off to one of their teammates, another Bulldog soon follows. Three Bulldogs waiting to come in here. One being senior captain Maria Femia, number 12, senior Mary Kelly, and number 2, Carly Fitzgerald. Number 2 for the Rocketeers being Lauren Abushiri, one of the senior captains, and Julia Puccio, the sophomore, both being the players looking to substitute into the matchup. And the Bulldogs getting that one away as the Red Rocketeers spend some very valuable time on their opponent's side of the pitch. Fitzgerald comes in after waiting a bit, and it looks like all Bulldogs that were waiting to be substituted in are gonna make their way onto the pitch. And the hit, and it bounces off Erin Lane's stick, but it goes into Maria Femia. Femia, the ever-aggressive offensive forward, continues to play forward and move it closer to the cage. Oh, down. Walking the tightrope there is number 11, Ava McKeon, as she is bouncing on the out-of-bounds line until she passes it on the side not in play. Maria Femia continuing to work magic and going back and forth, sliding forward and back, and then sending it over, but then intercepted. Rocketeers looking to check in 2 and 3. Number 3 being Maeve McGinley, the senior. Lizzie Tazanari looking to check in for the Bulldogs, the senior there. So check in for 17, Mia Gavin. McGinley in the game for the visiting Rocketeers. 2:24 left to go in this second quarter, this first half. The Bulldogs lead 1-0 in this playoff semi-consolation game. But it is a big deal to both of them. It is not just another game, it is no throwaway. It's the last time these two teams will play as a team, as most of the seniors will graduate after this game. Into the game comes Lauren Abushiri. Her patience pays off, and she finally is sent in towards this matchup. That goal is no good, and we remain knotted with the 1-0 score. Rebecca Miller looking to check in, the senior. Coming in for her teammate, it looks to be Erin Lane. Gets good praise from her coach. Acclaim. And the teams continue to fight for their right to be called the winner of the match. Trying to get it past Hannah, the senior goalie, and it is not going to happen this time. And Bacon is great at stopping that one. Under a minute left to go here in the first half The teams continuing to fight as near 20 of them, for them, this is their last game in their high school uniform. Under the lights here at World War II Veterans Memorial Field, this broadcast sponsored by the Canton Athletics Booster Club. Looking to thank them for sponsoring this broadcast. The teams continue to work the field, and the Bulldogs trying to get it off their own side of the pitch here before the halftime horn sounds, and it will not be, as the whistles and the cheering and the clapping come from the Bulldog faithful that are spaced out and socially distant after going through the daily screener. At the end of 2 quarters, the Canton Bulldogs lead the North Attleboro Red Rocketeers 1-0 in this semi-consolation playoff match, this big-time matchup.
We know that we're asking Americans to do a lot right now. So we're asking everyone to be selfless for others so that we can protect those who are most susceptible to this virus.
A question I often get asked is, why should young people care about the spread of coronavirus? Well, we know that people with underlying medical conditions over the age of 60 are at highest risk, but they've got to get it from somebody.
Social distancing is really physical separation of people.
It's what we refer to when we ask people to stay at least 6 feet apart.
Not going to bars, not going to restaurants, not going to theaters where there are a lot of people. It all just means physical separation so that you have a space between you and others who might actually be infected or infect you.
We all have a role to play in preventing person-to-person spread of this disease, which can be deadly for vulnerable groups. For more information on how you can social distance, please go to coronavirus.gov.
Teams switch sides, and we're here starting the 3rd quarter. 1-0 Bulldogs lead. O'Connor nearest the goal, which is close to the American flag, directly behind the bright yellow goalpost. The Red Rocketeers, Hannah Bacan, is in the goal closest to the scoreboard, and big cheering coming from the Rocketeers sideline as the Bulldogs look to get this one out of the way. And by out of the way, I mean out of the way of their own team's bench. McDonough with a big hit, trying to get that one out of the way, but it is stolen. The Red Rocketeers going at fast speeds, breaking almost the sound barrier, the Red Rocketeers are, as they sprint down the field, just like Rockets do. And that ball will go towards the Rocketeers. This big time matchup, this massive matchup, continues. It's a great time for these teams as their joyous occasion. A little bit of a bittersweet feeling. But make no mistake, this is not just any consolation match. This is a big one and a special one to both teams. This one will go towards the Bulldog side after that one goes out of bounds. O'Connor will pick up the fresh ball. All of them are sanitized, all of the field hockey balls. Or not. It looked like she did, but apparently it was not to be in that circumstance. Turns out the Rocketeers are getting that one. My apologies. And play resumes. The Bulldogs then intercepted, but then taken back by the Rocketeers, saying, no, not today. We want to keep this one. We want to tie this one up. As these two teams had a competitive matchup the last time they were faced each other. The Bulldogs then took it in that game, but then take it up today. The big screams coming from what seemed to be the Red Rocketeers, trying to encourage their team. Big play happening. And the team is continuing to find a way to continue in this one and benefit. Back and forth. Oh, and there's a big pass. Peyton McDonough looking to paint a way for her team to victory, but that one got stopped. And here go the Rocketeers. But the Bulldogs saying, no, we're not done yet. Bulldogs continuing to fight and deflected by the Rocketeers, almost picked off, but looks like Femia taking this one. And then almost past Hannah. Hannah gives it a slight little foot, the only one allowed to kick the ball here. Looks like Lizzie Tazanari. And we'll see what the referee calls this one. As we are just under 11 minutes left in this third quarter. 1-0 your score, Canton leads. Still waiting the quarter to be punched into the machine for the fourth time, making it the fourth quarter. Almost the Bulldogs as they're continuing to fight forth, but the Red Rocketeers take the interception. Number 7, Caitlin Lavoie looking to check in. Erin Lane looking to come back in, along with Serena Abbott. In a trio of Rocketeers looking to bounce in. That being big plays by the Bulldogs. 16-14 and a great big plays happening down by the pitch here. 25 for the Rocketeers as Canton is having big time plays on the opponent's side of the pitch. All those substitutions just mentioned are going to come on in. All their transactions are going to be had on this field. I apologize. And they continue to fight, each team loving each other and continuing to move. Each team trying to be selfless and get the person give the people on the field a rest and then help their team continue to win by putting different combinations of people out on the field. Oh, it's stopped by Hannah, but the Bulldogs almost getting it to her. But the Rocketeers looking to get this one out of there as they've been in dangerous situations for the past couple of minutes. And the Rocketeers get it past midfield. And the teams are coming alive with vocal encouragement for their teams. Caitlin Lavoie. There's also 2 Caitlins on the roster, that being Caitlin Lavoie and Caitlin Stu Bellis for the Bulldogs, 4 and 7. Stu Bellis sporting 4 and Lavoie get the number 7. Rocketeers continuing to fight, continuing to power through. .8:04 left to go in this third quarter. 1-0 your score. The Rocketeers looking to change that, and the Bulldogs dig it on out, but not for long enough as the Rocketeers take this one, and the Bulldogs going to run past it, but the Rocketeers are not giving up that easy. They have to expend a lot of effort to get it onto their opponent's side of the pitch, and they want to keep it over there. Erin Lane with the defense, 3 Bulldogs, 1 Rocketeer. And the numbers advantage will play a factor as the Bulldogs run up the pitch. Blocked around the C. They're playing inside the C, the viaduct representation. And the Bulldogs trying to stop this one, and the energy has picked up here at World War II at Veterans Memorial Field. The Rocketeers quell that rally, and they look to quell the score, put it up 1-1. Bulldogs looking to stop that one. And almost into the net via shot on goal. Bulldogs playing defense, helping out their goalie. Truly a team sport in this field hockey matchup. Looks like Themia's looking to get something going. Themia trying to get it past, and she gets it through one of the Rocketeers defenders, and almost through a second. She does get it through a second one. Erin Lane gets the shot off, but it's going to go wide of the net. Big play there by the senior captain, Maria Themia, knocking it to getting it past two defenders, and then lining up a shot for Erin Lane. Ball will go towards the Rocketeer side of things. We'll talk about Macon LaBelle for a second. The senior captain, one of them, was a great part of the Bulldogs team this season, was the athlete of the week in the Canton Citizen not too long ago, and has played a vital role in getting the Bulldogs to where they are after that big stop by the Rocketeer goalie. And the Rocketeers off that stop, continuing to move up the field. Oh, and one goes down. She is okay, and she's back up. Substitution coming all around for the Rocketeers. Audrey Cohn looking to check in along with Ellie Bohan. Number 19, Emily Davey looking to check in for Team Red. But the Bulldogs on a fast break, and they're sending it on down, a shot on goal, but it will just be that. No goal awarded. 4:52 left to go in this third quarter. 1-0 your score in this big time, massive matchup between these two teams. The teams that defeated them being Franklin for North Attleboro and Attleboro for Canton, playing along, trying to get their spot in the finals of the Hockomock Cup alongside this game. They're playing simultaneously. The teams continuing to fight and maybe pick out a win. Ended up on a high note for North Attleboro and Canton. One of these teams will come away victorious. One of them will come away not, but they will have the benefit of playing a season that was not to be just a few short months ago and having a time to celebrate their seniors. And the success they've had this year as they continue to try to send that one down. But Canton almost getting it past Hannah, and it is going to be blocked as it was the 2-on-1 there. 3 Rocketeers looking to come on in, everyone wearing a mask. While they're running or not, they have to wear goggles as well. Some of them have mouth guards. They're widely protected, along with everybody in the stands, socially distanced, wearing masks. Have to go through a daily screener. Bulldogs trying to dig it out, but it looks like it's going to go towards the Rocketeer side. Each team continuing their quest to gather a win in this final game of their 2020 season. Oh, back up, and the Rocketeers helping out their goalie immensely after that first goal. Oh, and the block by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs standing guard. And space has to be given to Allie Jeftis. A rule there, otherwise it goes towards the other team. Jeftis going, and the Rocketeers bench giving great encouragement towards their team. Canton looking to score, continuing to fight. And they're continuing to dance around, trying to get this one in, and it is in! It'll be in for the Bulldogs. 1:52 left to go in the third quarter, 2-0 your score. In this final matchup of the season for both squads. Grace North, the senior, playing in her final game along with her fellow seniors, checks into the game. Looks like number 47, Audrey Cohn, with that big time goal. And the team's continuing to fight and do battle. Everybody making the most of their final game. Half the roster, exactly half the roster from North Attleboro seniors. So they want to make sure, and they're hitting that one high and wide, trying to get it down the field. Each team doing their darndest to get the best chance of success, as number 2, Carly Fitzgerald, looks to send this one to her fellow Bulldogs. And they're getting back and forth contest from the Red Rocketeers here on a dreary night in November. Everybody making a big time splash in this final match. Femia with a fast break opportunity, and she's going down and trying to get it past 2 defenders, setting up the shot, but it's blocked. And Hannah kicks it on out of there. Like a can on the street, she doesn't want anything to do with it. And the Bulldogs continue to use their paws and march on here in 2020, the final game of the regular season. Back and forth they go. Where they stop, they hope to know. As we're closing out the final quarter, and that being, the third quarter in this one. 1 quarter left to be put into the machine. The Bulldogs lead 2-0 in this game against North Attleboro.
We're all coming together again to learn this fall. And we all have a role to play to keep our community healthy. This also means kids should stay at home if they're not feeling well. If we all do our part, our schools and communities will be safer for everyone. Learn more at mass.gov/backtoschool.
Big cheers coming from the Bulldog faithful. The Red Rocketeers looking to come back in this one. The last time these two teams faced off, it was senior night. The senior night celebration for the Bulldogs. And this big time match is going to reach its climax very soon. The Rocketeers trying to calculate the way to get past the Bulldog defense. And then the 2-on-2, and Riley kicks it out of the way. O'Connor signing her letter of intent on National Letter of Intent Day to St. Michael's College for athletic and academic careers. Congratulations to O'Connor. And that one goes high. The Rocketeers trying to make something of it. And back and forth they are going. And it'll be a miss, and it will be a Bulldog ball as the Dogs look to take their ball into the cage behind Hannah Backen. Bulldogs racing down the field. What looks to be 14 Sarah Cunningham. Cunningham slinging, blocked, and trying to get it towards the Bulldogs is there. It'll be a whistle to stop that play there as McDonough was alongside the goal in front of one senior Hannah. As we have 13-13 left to go on Friday the 13th. And each team continuing. Oh, that one just passed the Bulldogs. Is the pass intended for one of her fellow teammates, but just a little bit too far. And we'll continue to have play resume just shortly after this restart. And here they go. And Bulldogs racing towards the finish line here and trying to score, putting up 3 against their opponents in their final game of the season. The second-seeded Bulldogs going up against the North Attleboro team. Attleboro ranked the 4th seed, the 4th ranking. Bulldogs, and it's just passed, just wide of the net. And the teams will now once again, as Attleboro will line up. North Attleboro looking to take this one and send it on home. Putting it into the back of the net behind Riley O'Connor. And it looks like Erin Lane trying to get something going. But the Red Rocketeers are not going to go down easy. This plane is going to continue its maiden voyage. This rocket is going to use its homing signals and send it into the back of the cage. The ever-persistent Red Rocketeers. 11:20 left to go in this one. Canton leading by a pair. And a hit by the Rocketeers. Caroline Folan trying to secure this shot for her team. Folan competing with Lizzie Tazanari, the senior captain for the Bulldogs. Doing great at the defense. One of the Bulldogs loses the hockey stick, but their team's continuing to do battle. And each team continuing. And a shot into the cluster of both teams. Representatives blocking the shot there. And the Bulldogs sending this one out. The rain that was rained earlier most of the day shouldn't make this ball easier to move, as the rubber pellets typically stop its momentum a little bit easier. And substitutions aplenty for both teams. In this highly unorthodox season with all its modifications, but the teams are ready to play because a few months ago this wasn't even a possibility. The Bulldogs trying to get it down, racing around the pitch. And it will be, it looked like it was going to be intercepted, but the Bulldogs coming from behind and taking that one. Rocketeers looking to get up on the board. Here in the final 9 minutes of the season. This broadcast is sponsored by the Canton Athletics Booster Club. Here in this semi-consolation match between Canton Bulldogs and the North Attleboro Red Rocketeers. Bulldogs in goal, closest to the American flag, right behind the bright yellow goalpost. The Rocketeers on the goal nearest the scoreboard. The Bulldogs playing great defense, but the Rocketeers spending probably the most time they spent all night on the Bulldogs half. Femia getting blocked, but not being deterred as she is trying to fight her way out of that one. And that one is blocked, is taken with the interception from Kelsey Breer. What?
Are we leading?
Yes. The Canton Bulldogs leading the game 2-0 with 7:49 left to go in this fourth quarter. That shot no good. Big feel, big bittersweet moment and a big-time matchup for both teams. The final one of the year, saying goodbye to nearly 20 seniors combined on both teams. They're playing their final games alongside their teammates in their high school years here on the field hockey pitch. And that one's going to roll a little bit further down. Bulldogs trying to get this one out of their own area, and the ref looks like they'll have it there. And then down, but then intercepted. The Rocketeers are not going down easy as they're fighting for the majority of this fourth quarter, coming out very aggressive in trying to get something going, trying to put them up on the board and cut this lead down in half. The Bulldogs getting the ball on to their opponent's side. And a big play there by Erin Lane, forcing it through. Big play by Mary Kelly, the senior forward. Big plays, some big applause, big encouragement coming from the Bulldog faithful that is socially distanced here in the stands. For a rainy night, there's certainly a lot of people here supporting their teams in their final foray in field hockey at the high school level. And then back, Rocketeers looking to get this one and get it on the move towards Riley O'Connor in the back of her cage. The cage she is guarding on behalf of her team. Looks like Mary Kelly getting this one, trying to make it past the Rocketeer to no avail. In comes number 31, Lily Carlino, in for number 4, Caitlin Stubenis. And the big time play almost scored. Big block, massive block, some would say huge. Block from the Bulldogs, keeping this game at a 2-score advantage. .410 left to go in the season. Players moving back to the penalty area, the 25-yard line. which is where most of them have been taken in this uncertain season. And everyone moving, and the ball goes flying into the air, but each team continuing to do battle in this one. Grace North, the senior, making big plays on defense. The Bulldogs fighting off the Red Rocketeers here. Looks like Allie Jeftis, the senior captain, making big plays on the pitch. Bulldogs looking to sub in 2 of their own. Senior captain Lizzie Tazanari. The Rocketeers looking to come in. Caroline Fullen looking to come in. Big block by the Bulldogs. And shifted it on down for this restart here. Encouragement coming from the teams continuing to move forward. And everybody making sure their presence is felt here at World War II Veterans Memorial Field. Substitution inbound here. And everyone making their team, trying to put them in the best position to gather a victory. As we have reached the final 2 minutes left in the 2020 season for field hockey. The Bulldogs leading the Red Rocketeers 2-0. And no one shot, and it'll go into the protection of Riley O'Connor. Red Rocketeers, they're not too thrilled about that one. The coach and the team throwing their arms up and not thrilled about the result in that scenario. The clock has stopped here with 1:24 left to go. It'll be a big time shot in this massive matchup between these two fighting seniors, these two fighting teams, in the last game of the season. Encouragement from both sides. The shot, and it's in for the Red Rocketeers. Putting some points on the board and cutting the lead in half late in the game. 2-1, the score. Thank you for watching with us tonight and all season. Thank yous to go out to numerous individuals getting these rosters printed to help me. The printer broken at home here. So thank you to the Canton Public Library to helping with that. Also to Mr. McDonough, Ed McDonough, the Canton Athletics Booster Club, helping on towards after the printer issue. So mainly those two that we mentioned earlier. Thank you to the Canton Athletics Booster Club. Thank you to Saeed, your cameraman here. Mr. Erickson, the head coach of the Canton field hockey team, Coach Miss O'Connor. All the visiting teams and their coaching staffs and everyone that has helped them on all home games here at Memorial Field. The Canton Community Television staff, especially Tanya, Tim, and Audrey, and you. Thank you for watching this season, and thank you to everyone that has made this so special for everyone involved. I'm Kevin Prake, Saeed, your cameraman. The Bulldogs win in this semi-consolation match in the Hockomock Cup, 2-1. And that is the end of the season for these two in this field hockey match. Thank you for joining us. Have a great night, and I hope you've enjoyed the coverage this season. Congratulations to both teams.